Alrighty.
Procedures is another simple model. That's like a documentation. I don't know if you have a normally people from the safety department. They have these procedures. Okay, like small books, where if they have people have any doubts on board about how to proceed with something, what's the company policies, and
Or
how
even or
to,
even the software manual, correct?
yeah, you can
Question:
just
do we get a software manual like the help that you showed us yesterday? Like I mean something like this.
mhm.
No, it's not this one. I think it's this one. This one. Do you have any document?
I don't think so. I have a PDF to put here, but they can, of course, use the help, or you can create a procedure here that if they have problems in IPS, they can just go to the help and topics.
Right.
Okay, but then let me just show you, for example, that's a navigation policy documentation from Norgas, for example.
Yes.
They removed that. Jesus. That was one I have inserted on yesterday.
Yes.
Okay, so if I click in show, I can see the documentation here, so people can read and see what is instruction. Okay, have the revisions, so I can say today I create this revision, so that's the file. Perfect.
Yes.
So to create procedures, I can, for example, create a new folders here. So right button, folder. Folder. Sistema de mantenimento. And here I can create one procedure. Okay, what type of documentation? Okay, procedures. Next. Browse. I spoke to some guys in the office today. Remember when I told you that you can store some
PDF.
files outside the system?
Yes.
That's not valid for the reporting, the maintenance reporting. Okay, but for example, for the documentation model, like images, all the documents and drawing and procedures, I can tell the system to do not store that in the database. So everywhere I try to open this procedure, he gonna try look into this path
Yeah. The
inside the documentation.
local path.
Yeah. So if you have this kind of a procedures, that's a problem. You have a large quantity of PDFs,
Yeah.
so you can store that outside the system. But normally people just put that in the same place. They store that in the database level.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you can guarantee when you make a SQL Server backup, you're gonna bring all documentation with you as well. That should be replicated both sides. If you want to change the documentation in the vessel, in the office, this will be automatically update the documentation in the vessel as well.
Yeah.
So we fully recommend you save that like this, not use to do not store document in database.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Spec tech SFI structure. So can put his You can define what kind of class you want. That's something that came from Norgas, but you can create your own classification.
Yeah.
Put training. This is the Adobe Photoshop. I can put an index if I want, something that I can use as a filter. I'm gonna create that today. I'm the revisor. Okay. And there is my item. Okay. I can open that, and you can see all people that has opened this documentation board. See?
Yeah.
So you can ask someone. You can do that by position. I don't. Okay, here you can put, for example, to distribute this document and a force. All chief engineer must read this documentation. Okay?
Okay.
And that means when the people open the Start APS, automatically you pop up a message, please read this documentation.
Yes.
So like the documentation trace here, you can see all people that has the chief engineer position, and if he has been notified, and if he has opened this documentation. See?
Okay.
So that can be something you can show to the audit that, okay, I send this documentation to the whole fleet, and everybody has reading that. So I have how to prove the dates, when that was available, when he was not notified, and when he has opened that. Perfect.
Perfect.
Da, 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 da. I think so. Fresh view documents. This is something I have to recheck. I don't remember how to use this manage master document. But for example, you can create instead of to always update a big file of document. You can, for example, create one PDF for each page. So if you have a change in one specific page, you can just go here and update the specific page, and people will be receive this update on board. So you don't need to update the whole document, the whole procedure. You can just update a specific page.
Okay. Okay.
But I don't remember how to do that. I have to check. That's not so common to use. Actually, I'm not 100% familiar with this procedure model, but I remember so far that you have these options as well. But I don't know why I cannot see the documentation here. See, have the chapter, level, have the idea, and you can compile that in only one document. Okay?
Okay.
If I update this document, I can just go here, browse. I can select a new one. Okay, save here. Okay, so in the database, and I create a new revision. Revision 02. Okay.
Okay. It can be also text revision.
Yeah, can be a text, can be an image. Because, for example, if I go, because actually procedures certificates, that's almost that to us is always a documentation.
Yeah.
So if I go to images, for example, I can do the same and create an image. But from here, for example, I can say that's a procedure as well. Unless you'll be saving the procedure model, not in the image documentation. You see, that's new procedures.
Yeah.
But of course, I can open an image, type image, and select an image from somewhere.
Yeah.
Pictures, sample pictures.
Good practice always is not to include it in the database, correct?
Yep. So for example, I open this one, and I can tell that this image can be connected, for example, to an technical account, or I can connect that to a specific work, on a material, on a documentation, on an event. For example, let's suppose I'm going to connect that to the technical account. Okay, this one. Finalize. So when I go to that equipment, come on. And the image is here, but should be open here as well, because I have this function view. Let me see if that's from here. Connect an existing image. Okay, that's something else. Yeah, when you connect to the technical account, that's you show here as a spare part or the same document or something connect to this equipment.
Right.
But if you would like to save a draw, you can just click here, the technical account, right button, scan, open my image, or just connect to an existing image, or acquire from a source device. So you can just select for some place. To try to connect to your webcam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or I can save a documentation as well. So here in this part, I have a function test. So for this one, I can just I think so that one I have to do from that place. I'm gonna check how to add this as well. I have to check if you have access to do that.
Right.
But you can save texts here as well, like a small, a very big procedure or description of this equipment. But back to the documents. So basic procedures like this. So here probably we're gonna clean up that because that's a procedures from Norgas, and
Yeah.
probably they don't give you the. We have to clean up before you restore that here. So you can rebuild that.
Yes.
Have procedures now is out of the documentation model, but this was here before. So that's you have for the documentation the same concept as a procedures. Same, for example, for certificates, I can just right button, new certificates. Okay, you see, that's the same wizard for all this kind of documentation.
Certificados en Lima están la base de datos, ¿no? ¿No? O sea, tú lo llevas aparte del buque y de ahí los enlazas, ¿sí? O el buque los pone, ¿no? Nosotros estamos haciendo. Y de ahí cómo lo mandan.
So for certificates, I have the expire date.
Yeah.
So that's gonna expire next year.
Todo lo que hacemos como externa, que se hace un link. Ajá. Ah, ya, ya. Pero el buque sabe que llegó. Ah, ok. Ah, chévere. Eso para no generar mucha. Sí, de hecho.
Okay, so I have the same information, you see. So that's the certificate.
Yes.
But that's have a document here. Have also the document trace. I can do the same. Distribute the document. The pilots. Okay, you can have revisions. You can connect to a specific equipment, and so that's a certificate from this equipment. Okay, so when the people go to the Leonardo B and this SFI, you're gonna find all the work histories, all scheduled jobs, all counters, and all certificates connected to that equipment. You see?
Yes.
So that's the reason when you go to that structure, you normally go to the view options, and you do that. You hide some documentations just to avoid to have main information there.
Yeah.
Same for drawing, and same for attachments. But the attachments is the one you guys have saved from the work report. So that ones you cannot open from here. You have to go to the in this case is an audit, but you can go direct to the work order or the scheduled jobs and see what kind of documentation people attach there. Let me take one from yesterday. See?
Yeah.
Audit as well. This one is the one attachment that people saving this work order. Okay. So from here I can, of course, check the documentation, but the best way to do that is go directly to the work order. You see, that's attachment. So that's the one is created when you just upload the file directly to the history or to the work order. Perfect.
Perfect.
So that's a very simple model as well. There's no most important ones, in my opinion, is the procedures that you're gonna organize your documentation and force people read that. And also the certificates. I don't know if you guys have how you guys control the certificate from vessel equipment. If you have a special software for that, if you do that in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, we do it on the office side, and I was talking to Hugo. With the other vessels, we upload the certificates as a document. The vessels see that it's something there, but they can have access because it's a local link.
Yeah, in this case, you can add the certificate from offsite, and then you can not let people change that, but they can at least see that.
Yes.
Okay. So if they open the certificate here, they can see information. And if you'd like to control that, you can just select a range of this and do the same export to Excel if you want.
Let's say have a certificate, a physical certificate. Okay? Notice don't have a physical certificate and they have only electronic.
Right.
Yes.
What's the question? Sorry.
No, it's you was explaining me that the vessel has the physical, and we store the certificates as the digital versions, Adobe PDF, and we do it like that.
Yeah, but for example, if they have the digital, if they have the physical certificate on board, they can just we can enable that then to open the certificate model, create a digital copy of that, and so you guys from the offside can see that as well. You can just
Yeah.
open here. Okay, Flavio was on board and he scanned this certificate and save here, so I can see that's renewable, that's going to be expired in next year, and so you can
Yes.
just
Yes.
and see and print out that in the office if I have any office audit about maintenance. So if I have, for example, accident and I have to send the certificates to some kind of how can I say in English, seguradora? It's insurance, yeah.
Yeah. You should.
Okay, so to the insurance companies, and that's it.
Yeah, that's clear.
Clear?
Yes.
Something interesting as well is something what you call the form templates. Okay, I don't know the reason why I cannot open that here.
Those are the ones that you implemented today, correct?
No, this one is I have implemented these reports here. The
Oh,
training.
reports, yeah.
Yeah, but the forms is the spreadsheets. Let me try copy an example. It's a simple one form I made. Just 1 second. So you can understand what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me just SQL Server. Okay, create the tables. Create a folder called training. And here I'm going to import a form. This is documentation as well. So what is this? This is a spreadsheet. See, that's from one of our customers.
Yes.
So you can, if you have any kind of standard Excel spreadsheet,
Yeah.
okay, you can create a form based on that. So that's something you can just do like this. And then when you save that and close, we're gonna create something called form data. So I close Excel. So this one will be replicated. That means people will gonna open the Excel in the office. There is some Visual Basic script behind this Excel. We're gonna save all this information in the database. This will gonna be replicated to the hub, to the office. And so you can go to the form data and open the information saved there.
Okay.
So if I create a new one, test 2, so it's 5555. Okay. In a save, go to form data. I'm gonna have 2 registers. See, this one 5555, and I have to close that one first, and this one. Oh, sorry. Close this.
It can be any Excel, or it has to be prepared to be.
No. I have to prepare that.
Okay, so the Excel itself has some kind of
Yeah, if
a
you
macro.
go, yeah, if let me show you options. Behind this Excel, you have some macros.
Yeah. Alrighty.
See that you save that in our tables. Okay, that was one I made. So they would like to put that here and click in submit to send an email to someone.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna try send that by email, but
Yes.
cancel. Cancel. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
I just add the logo and probably you'd add the attachment as well. Not save. Okay, so you can have all your that's some that is custom is customized. That's a customization.
Yeah.
So normally we charge to put your Excel spreadsheet in the StartPS. There is a cost for that. So
Yes, of course.
that's not much, but that's very simple because you can avoid, for example, keep all this documentation and the history in a file server, something like that, something like this. So I can, for example, create a folder called week sample, and from here I can create 2018. So all these ones, I can just I can organize my data. See? So I can, for example, when they save that, I can automatically save it inside this weekly sample, for example. It's a quite nice feature. As you can see, they have a lot, but probably they removed that before send to you, because there, as this customization, there is a cost. Probably they didn't like to share that with you guys. That's normal, but that's very useful.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Questions about these forms?
No. It's
Straightforward. Okay.
that's straightforward. Yes.
The crew model is a simple one as well. Okay. But I can create my whole personnel that used to work on board. Okay, I can create here in the system. Yeah, put all information about the address, phone, airport, country, and so on. I can insert the professional information. Okay, this guy working department deck, and this guy is a third engineer. Okay, so I can assign this guy to this position. Okay.
Okay.
So that means when I create a procedure, for example, and I say, okay, all third engineers should read that, this guy gonna receive a pop-up. Okay. So have more personal information, some follow-ups if you want. Next of kin. I have no clue what it is. And messages, because we have a message system as well that's not active here. But I can assign this guy to that vessel. Okay, that means he is on board that vessel now. Okay. Assign, perfect. And you can have more information when this guy what is this? Has disembarked or not? Because if you go, let me close here. If you go to IPS admin, for example, training user, you can have more information here when assigned to crew. See? So that means this user, okay, training, is this guy on board. Okay, so that's this guy here that I create in IPS. Okay, so I can put when he's embarking, hot port, Peru, and when he gonna disembark, Miami. Okay.
Okay.
So now here I know when this guy will disembark or not disembark. See, it's updated.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you keep this administration from the office, so the captain can go here, see, let's see who gonna be on board my vessel. Okay. These guys will be in my vessel when I'm on board, so I can see exactly who you be and what port and so on.
Right.
Okay, so that's something good to you guys follow up. This guy. Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh, there's no page preview for that. Okay, I'm closing that. Reports I explained to you this morning, and what you have now is all text list of values or information we can set up from what you call the module common codes. Okay, so here in general use, for example, you have the departments, so you can change that. Remember that when you, for example, we have the engine here. Okay, I can select, I can from the offside, I can rename the description, but I cannot rename the ID. The ID is cannot be changed. Okay. So if I decide to change this name or delete that, okay, if I go here delete, that should not change the information in my schedule jobs.
Okay, it will remain as when it was created.
Yeah, because actually the IPS doesn't delete any information.
All
If
right.
someone just go and delete that here, actually we in the database level we just flag that row as a deleted. Okay. So do you have a? I can show you that afterwards. But if you go to the database, you can see that there is a column called the rec deleted. So if that's 0, that means that's active. Is that -1? That means that the deadline has been deleted. So for the scheduled jobs, so this information gonna remain there because that's part of the history. But for the new scheduled jobs you're gonna start to create, you cannot select that anymore because that will not be visible because that's deleted. Okay. So have positions, you can create vessel groups. You can create conjunctions, critical code, failed codes. Okay, PO classes, PO conjunctions, PO priority. See, have all kind of common codes. You see, for Adobe PDF, all kind of type of documentation. Perfect.
Perfect.
This is not too much. We don't have many changes here. Only during the implementation, we used to set up that according the customer requirements. Maybe you guys in the future gonna request us to standardize that in your own procedures or your own standard. Okay. But that's the way you can create, for example, new positions if you want. Okay, for the work planning, where's the departments here? Here's the place I create the bridge department that time. So I can just right button, new department, and so you can create a new department if you want.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And I guess that's all.